It's all about family. This has always been about family, about the youth, about the future generations of our descendants. If you think I've just been fucking around on the internet trying to create loopholes for money or scams for the family to get rich quick, you're mistaken. The things that I've discovered and realized about the internet can make us the most powerful family that ever lived if we want to be. And I'm not saying that any of us want that. I used to want that. I used to want infinite wealth. But now I just want to see Briar happy, and I want to be healthy, and I want to grow as old as possible. But for all of you that have goals and big hopes and dreams for the world, millions of dollars, retiring earlier, traveling the world, all that stuff is easily available to you. But you must do certain things, and you must do them in a particular way. The things that you've been told about school and education and knowledge are not necessarily wrong, but they're not necessarily correct either. I'm going to teach you a different way to use your brain. I'm going to teach you that you don't have to go to school and get good grades and then go to college and get a decent career to have a good life. You don't have to work till you're 65 years old and die at 67 and only live 2 years of your retirement while you're old and you're barely enjoying your retirement as it is. I want you to pick an age, pick an amount of money that you want, and that's what time you're going to retire, and that's how much money you're going to have. And I'm going to teach you how to get there, each one of you. Now I'm going to do it for myself so you realize that it's practical and it can happen to anybody. So I'm going to say that I have $0 today, which is 9/14/2018, and by my 30th birthday, I'll have a $100,000 company in my name. I'll be off disability and on my way to financial freedom for not only me, but for anybody who wants to jump on. I'm not a rocket scientist, but I've also figured out, and I've realized, which you may have realized, that everybody's on their smartphones, everybody's on social media, and everybody's on the internet. If you want the numbers, there's over 4.5 billion on a smartphone using the internet on a regular basis. Now think about it. Those people need products and they need services. What kind of product or service are you familiar with? Are you passionate about? Or do you really want to know about or learn about? That's what we give the world. It doesn't matter if 1 billion people tell us they don't want our product or service. There's more people to sell to. There's 7.7 billion people in the world. We have the advantage and the upper hand to use our smartphones to make websites and apps and different devices to sell them goods and services with minimal ease. Now you want to start a clothing store? Easy. We'll teach you how to drop ship on Shopify. You want to start a YouTube channel? We'll help you go from 0 subscribers to 100,000 subscribers in 3 to 5 years. You want to make websites or sell cars or sell houses or do something like that? We can make it happen, no problem, guaranteed. But the biggest thing that you need to have is faith, and you need to be able to think bigger and better than you have before. Nobody taught us that we can create wealth with our brains until this point. That's right, you can create any amount of wealth with your brain. Currency is only created by 2 ways. And that is 1, you invest or spend money to create more currency. Or 2, you create it with your own mind. There's also a third, but we don't have that option, and that's printing money. That's the government's job. Our job is to create as much as we can and invest and make as much more as we can. Working for $1 and trading our time for a particular amount of money is not worth it. I want you all to realize that your jobs should be your hobbies, just like mine are. I work on YouTube, I work on social media, I go and do a part-time job where I drive fork truck and I work on an assembly line with people who are less fortunate than me, but I do this because I love it. I don't do it for the money. If I got paid $0, I'd still show up tomorrow. And that's the mentality you have to have and have to realize before this money and wealth come to you, is that money don't mean nothing. It's just a piece of paper that can be printed infinite amount of times with a number on it that is so significantly large that every dollar that our entire family will ever make will look like a penny. And what I mean is they can print out $1 trillion and Googleplexian bills. That means every dollar our entire descendants have ever made are nothing. And the government can do that overnight. It's called hyperinflation. It's what happened in Zimbabwe. That also is what made me a trillionaire. I had a goal of being a trillionaire. In Zimbabwe, the currency got hyperinflated so extremely that $1 trillion bills were worth $10 in US. So I bought my way into being a trillionaire. My big dream was to be a trillionaire, and I bought it for $10. Now my dream for everyone else is to have the confidence and the ability to focus on their health and their happiness and their true dreams and desires in this world. I'm very passionate about making this video because the people who are in this video and the people that are in my family are truly my most important. So I hope everyone realizes that this isn't just an offer or me talking crazy. This is something that can really happen to each and every one of you very, very fast. I know how to buy audiences. I know how to scale businesses from zero to any level. I know how to make $0 turn into any amount of dollars. And I know how to make you retire in literally 30 days. Now, I'm not going to give you all that just to give it to you. I want you to earn it, and I want you to learn how to be able to replicate it for the next generation and your children. Now, if I give you millions of dollars and you waste it, or you buy fast cars and kill yourself, then what's the point of even giving you that money in the first place? It would go in vain and you wasted it. I'm going to teach you how to create it so you can keep creating it and you can teach others how to create it. The family gets the exclusive intel. And once each and every one of you gets exactly what you want and desire in this world, then we'll go on to our cities, our states, our countries, and the rest of the world. And if my message and my knowledge doesn't reach, the full world, that's fine. That's for Briar's generation and his children and their descendants if they want. They can live in palaces and be kings and queens if they want. But they have to follow this method, and they have to learn how to think differently, think bigger, and create wealth with their brains. The government monopolizes your ability to earn by taxing you and being able to produce as much money as they want. If you think you have freedom, you're absolutely mistaken. You went to school, you went to college to become a worker for the wealthy. I work for the wealthiest people and the wealthiest companies in the entire world, and I create businesses very much alike. And if you want to have an example, I work for Google. Google's the biggest search engine in the world. I work for YouTube. the second biggest search engine in the world. I work for Amazon, the biggest seller and the most lucrative and highly profitable business in the world. These are companies that I work for at age 28. Now you can believe what your parents told you, you can believe what your grandparents told you, or you can take a chance and believe what I had to say. Give me a couple years of your life, and I'll give you anything that you've ever desired. But this is all about faith and believing in something bigger than what you've been told and what you currently believe. Because you're going to hear this and you're going to think it's absolute bullshit. And this is the reason I went crazy, because I knew how to create any amount of wealth at age 26 and no one believed me because I couldn't show them overnight. It's a process. It takes patience. And I didn't want to just show people money because I knew that all they would want from me is that money. And I'd either kill myself from drugs or stupid things, or I'd have to hide from my own family because all they'd want from me is money and handouts. I want to create an establishment of family members who are powerful and who are partners to the end. We're family to the end. We must be partners to the end. It's time brothers and sisters and mothers and fathers and cousins quit becoming just relatives and start becoming co-owners and business partners and people who work together, live together, and die together like they're supposed to. I'm redirecting the descendant of man, and no one has to follow this video, or everyone can. But the knowledge I can give you can change all of your lives, guaranteed, hands down. If you think that the entire family's wealth combined is even a penny to what I have, you're totally mistaken. My ability to create wealth is in the hundreds of trillions, and I'm at 28 years old, and I'm just getting started. Technically, I'm the richest person that is alive. And I'm not on Forbes because I haven't sold my products. I don't want to blow up until the family realizes what I can do. And this is about changing your brain. I can change your brains. That can change your mindset, which will change your mentality, and then evolve your perspective onto how I did it. I might have been the most least fortunate person as a child, and now I'm the most fortunate, and I don't want no rewards or no accolades or nothing from any of you. All I want is you to be happy and healthy, and I want you to be able to do the things that I can. I've been confidently retired since I was 18. Ever since then, I've been studying on how to become richer. I sold drugs and I trafficked drugs for a large period of time, and I gave that up to live a legitimate life because I knew I had bigger things planned for me. Most people couldn't give that up. Uncle Joe couldn't give it up. Maybe he'd be where I'm at if he could give up what he thought he wanted versus what he knew he needed. And that was the future. His life is gone and wasted in the drain, and by the time most of you see this video, he'll probably be deceased. And for all the deceased members of our family, let's show them what the Kilbrick family can really do. Grandpa Ed lost his farm on some bullshit, and I've been out to get it back and to fuck over the government for a long time. Now I'm not out to fuck over the government, but I am out to change lives. And if changing the lives fucks over the government, then so be it. If we eventually have more money than the 1%, then that means we dictate politics, and we dictate all law. Do you realize then we will rule and be leaders of the economy and the stock market and every good and service, because we will be the wealthiest and we can just monopolize all of those products and services. And you say this is shooting for the stars. Well, this is the end game or the future potential of what could happen if you all want that. I don't care if everyone just wants $100,000, a nice car, and a nice house. That's all we'll get, and we'll stop. We'll make a video, and we'll leave it to somebody so the message gets passed on, and they can decide if they want to have that level of hierarchy and become a dynasty like I wanted us to be. And a dynasty is like a royal family. Royalty. Look at the picture of me. I'm wearing a goofy beanie, a ghetto sweatshirt. It says Temp Associates, where I have my part-time job at now. My face isn't shaved. I look like a bum. And to be honest, I was probably wealthier than everybody in that house combined, even at that time. I could make a YouTube channel with one video on it, and that YouTube channel could be worth hundreds of millions of dollars from one video. The information I have to give, like I said, changes lives. And that is the most important thing you can do in this world, is change lives and impact lives and benefit the future. If you're changing minds and you're changing the future, then you're creating evolution, and that is the most important thing we can do as human beings. Now, you can be a part of this or you can stand off to the side. But when I give you your opportunity, which I'll give every one of you, and you say, no, I don't want no part of this, I don't agree with it, I don't understand the process, if you don't 100% commit to the time that I offer you, then you will have to figure out how I did it yourself. Your opportunity will be off the table, and you'll have to learn from another family member who already passed the course and who is 10 steps ahead of you already. I love you all. I wish you the best of luck. And if I'm not here, follow my videos on my YouTube channel. Create multiple streams of revenue. Find millionaire mentors. Pay them for their advice and knowledge. Shout outs. And create and do anything that your heart desires. Think Bill Gates is somebody? I could shoot dice with Bill Gates' fortune, lose it, and make it back in 5 minutes. I'm 28. Actually, I just hit 29 2 days ago. And if you don't think that's remarkable, then you don't think the sun is beautiful, the stars are great, and this place we live on called Earth is even worth it. Now I'm leaving this up to you. You know what the potential is. I'm not going to blow up or boom, nothing. I may die making $100K a year because I can live off $100K comfortably a year, and that's all I require. I can live off the amount of money that I'm making today, and I'm fine. I don't have to work another day in my life already, and I'm fine. None of you can say that. Nobody in the family, except for those who are retired, living a poor lifestyle right now, can say they never have to work another day in their life, but me. Yeah, it started because I had arthritis, but it finishes because I'm rich. I love you guys. This is the end of the video. I wish you the best of luck. And remember what I said. Everything you've previously been told, just push that off to the side. At least till your mentorship is over. And if it didn't work for you and you didn't feel like you've achieved the success that you should, then fuck me, you only wasted a couple years of your life. But if it works, I saved you 30 to 40 years of your life. It's your opportunity, it's your risk. Nothing's free, and there's no handouts anymore in this family.